Hey everybody, Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. This is a 99% clairvoyant reading. And if you're watching this live, hello, hello, hello. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel at Bill Hobart, please subscribe to my channel and please like the videos. Leave me a little comment, even if it's just hi Bill, because YouTube will use the algorithms to send Coaching for the Soul around the planet to people who have never seen Coaching for the Soul. So that would be great, great, great. Hello, Paula. How's it going? It's going to be nice and warm next week. In the 70s, they said. So it's going to be great. Looking forward to that. The trees will start to really pop open. Hi, Karen. Hey, Pat. Yeah, I'll see you tonight at the event. Hey, Karen, did you see my little mess up on the video? It wasn't work. Today's been a crazy day. The energy's crazy. But did you see that? Because I think it said Karen was watching. Sorry about that. There's a little explicit language in there because I couldn't get it to work, so then I just stopped it. Sorry about that. You clicked on fast. I didn't even click on go live, so it was funny. Very, very, very funny. Very interesting. That's my day today. Hey Haley, how's it going? Yeah, we're gonna talk about energy too. It's been crazy. Crazy, crazy. Yep. You're going to talk about some conspiracy theorists. Talking about what's next. I don't know where they get stuff from. Thank you, Karen. I'm looking forward to today too. Yeah. It's going to be a good one, I think. We'll see. It's always good though, right? They never let us down. Yeah. So we're going to talk about a bunch of things. Yep. We'll wait another couple minutes or so and see what's going on. There's some people that are here who have not said hello yet, which is kind of weird. There's 8 people in the room, or watching the program, but only 3 people, I think, or 4 people have said hello. I think 3 people have said hello. So hopefully the other ones will. Yes, before we start. I hope. So yeah. So spring is sprung, and Saturn is in Pisces. Hey, Liz. Me being the Capricorn, Saturn is my ruling planet. And I'm an Aquarius rising in my birth chart. So, Saturn, oh my God, Terry's not driving now, thank God. And so, there's a lot going on for me. And there's a lot going on, again, Pluto in Capricorn destroyed my life, pretty much. Everything who I was. And now I'm somebody different, which is kind of cool. And now it's in Aquarius. Now it's in Aquarius, which is my rising sign for 20 more years. So it's supposed to bring me good things. So we'll see what's going on. Yeah. But astrology is going to be a huge part of our moving forward. Just to let everybody know. Okay. You'll connect deeper with it as you go further into your journey, because and I've said this for so long that before there was religion, all right, there was astrology, astronomy, and spirituality. So as we went into third dimension, further and further deeper in, without any guidance at all from anything or anyone, religion was born, with the universe sending Jesus and Muhammad and Mao and other earthly or other spiritual beings to Earth to bring religion to the masses. Yes. And it's interesting. It's interesting. Hi, Laura. Hey, Sherry. Okay, think we're going to start. Okay, so is that straight? I think it is. So one of my friends, who I've known for 5 years, she started out as a client, and but she's a friend. She's got an element package, things like that. So we're pretty close. She sent me a video yesterday from this guy. Let me tell you who it is. Jason Shirka. Okay, and this video that I looked at was on Pam Gregory, I guess. And I didn't click on that link. I clicked on a link for his jasonshirka.com, which was talking about, it was in 2020. And it was interesting what all the conspiracies that he was spewing. And as I'm watching it, getting ready to respond to my friend, Spirit's like, not true, not true, not true, not true. So that was in 2020, talking about bird flu and how it's been spread to the masses and it's the next big pandemic and blah 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 blah. Well, bird flu is infecting a lot of again. That's why egg prices were so high, and why turkeys were so high last year for Thanksgiving, and for Christmas, right? Because they killed almost, I think it was over 1 million birds, if I understand that right, which means there's no eggs. All right. So, and it is going into different animals at the moment. But this person was talking about humans getting infected. It's worse than COVID, blah, 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 blah. Because in 2020, they didn't really know what COVID was. But it's been released by he was saying it's been released by factories around the world, and the United States and other countries have bought all kinds of vaccines because the vaccines were already available, blah, 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 blah. That stuff is not true. Okay? So whenever you hear spewing like that, all right, don't listen to it. Okay? Don't listen to it at all. Because it's not true. Where do they get it from? What Spirit tells me, they get it from humans. Okay? One human can start the snowball, right, down the hill. Or a group of humans can have this collective conversation, just like with anything, and believe they're getting it from their guides, believe that it's coming from here. And I don't know where it comes from. I believe it comes from the dark forces in reality. Because I always ask Spirit, well, where does it come from? He goes, don't worry about it. Because it doesn't want me to think about it, right? That's what my guides are really good at. Don't worry about that, Bill. Because they know I'll try to figure it out. Because that's who I am. That's what Capricorn is, right? When we've been around for 12,000 years, since the beginning of third dimension, we're like, okay, we've died so many times in 12,000 years. I got to figure this out so I don't die again. And that is natural for me. It's in my DNA, okay? So I appreciate that. When they say, Bill, don't worry about that. Bill, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But I will let you guys know that from what I believe, because if it wasn't true, I would feel it, all right? That is a group of people. It's a group of people who start the, I call it propaganda, all right? They think they're doing what they need to do. But there's a whole section of the spiritual population that are being fed by the dark forces, okay? It could be just people, it could be QAnon, could be, there's all kinds of people around the world that are into that kind of stuff, starting because they believe that it's true. And Spirit's like, it's not true. It's not. That was in 2020, okay? So, just say, chimes are chimes, right? I totally trust my chimes from what they have said and haven't said, okay? But I will tell you, because I want to really channel on this because it's super important that we know what's going on, okay? In the future, because we don't want to be in fear, all right? The last thing that we want to do is put more fear inside of our bodies about, oh my God, what's next? Oh my God, the world. No, it's not. Okay? Are we going to go through transformation? Yes. We're all going through that freaking stuff now. Truly. We are moving at a pace that my body can't keep up with. The last 3 weeks have been absolutely just WTF weeks of just, I don't know what's going on, and it is exhausting. It is exhausting because I'm frustrated and angry and happy and sad and emotional, but loving and wonderful, and it's all coming at me at the same time. So we're going through that transformation. We're going through that what we've never done before. Understand that, guys. We've never gone through this before. Our souls have never gone through this before. All right? Because the majority of our souls, Spirit says most of if not all of our souls, came here in 3D. Okay? So we're going to go back to 5D, and I don't understand how that kind of works. Parts of our, interesting. Parts of our soul from 5D, from 12,500 years ago, is with us today. As we go into 5D, we rejoin our souls together. That makes sense. Because I don't understand. Again, we're different dimensions, things like that, right? So I want to make sure. Okay, so let me get this on. All of us need to understand that what we hear from other people may not necessarily be true. Once you are all connected to your guides, to the universe, to God, you will have no problem deciphering between what is real and what is not real. There's people like this man and others who continually put out things that are not true, but they believe it to be true. We have no control of that. They're not from this collective, he says. They're not from this collective. James. Understand all the special beings are with us today. All the special beings who are ascending quickly are all in the same collective consciousness. There are others that are outside that but believe they are inside, that they're part of us. They are not. Ooh, sheesh. Understand that your life is going to be Understand that your life is going to be extremely beneficial, extremely abundant, extremely amazing, because you will be one of the ones who's able to tell the difference between that and what's real. That and what's real. And you will use your abilities and your understanding to tell other people, to educate other people, to educate the other people that is the dark side. Fear is the dark side. Propaganda is the dark side. Understand that is rising, because it is. And I talked about this before. Last week's show, and I think the week before. There will be more people like that man who pop up everywhere, like whack-a-mole. What you have to understand is how you feel, how you understand. Do not allow outside energies to control you. Do not allow things to put you into fear. Human has enough fear. As we go through this transformation, you have to eventually let that fear go. They know that it's hard. They understand that it's hard. Okay, so stop. Okay, so Spirit, I need you to stop there. So what I want to interject in this is, man, I post those Tyrion and Saint Germain and Archangel Michael, those videos that are those cartoon things that I get off Facebook Watch that showed up all of a sudden. I post those on all 3 of my pages, okay? Please watch them. They're not that long, but you will get instant gratification. You will get instant, like, aha moments, right? Aha, that's what I thought. Aha, that's what I thought. That is not propaganda, okay? Someone is channeling that. That's why I post them, because I believe it. I know inside. They like, oh my God. And then I know, sorry, having an internal conversation. I will say when it shows up on my Facebook Watch page, right? That I'll watch it. I'll be like, all of a sudden my body will go, blum, 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 blum. Be like, yeah, I understand that. That's totally what we said last week. Or, Spirit, that's what you said 2 weeks ago, or whatever. It's confirmation for me. So that's why I post it. For people who don't watch Coaching for the Soul, there's a lot of people that don't, because I put it on my YouTube channel, okay? But the only reason I put it on my YouTube channel is to build that channel, okay? I'd love to keep it on Bill Clairvoyant, but I can't, because YouTube is going to send it to reach more people, and that's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I keep being guided to do. So, okay. he says that's why he posts those. That's why he posts those. So that people, it's interesting. Why is he just saying that he? He says, I thought it would be easy for them to understand. Okay, no. Because those videos are definitely something that will give you confirmation on what we talk about in Coaching for the Soul, okay? Or you may hear from other people. One thing that you'll understand, yes, do not defend your point of view. Do not defend it. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe, okay? Because the dark forces will argue with you because they believe they're always right, okay? And that's as you get stronger, as you get more connected, as you get more solid in who you are, you definitely want to make sure that you don't argue with anybody because it doesn't do you any good. It doesn't do you any good and it will exhaust you because it's third dimensional behavior. Total third dimension behavior. When we're already in 4D, we're going to 5D. Again, I will guarantee you that all of you guys spend some time every day in 5D. I'll guarantee you. Okay? But your ego and your fear stop you from realizing it, Spirit says. Okay? So, as you get more and more into 5D, as you let your stuff go, Spirit says, as we strip it from them, because human goes like this, right? No, that's okay. I'm good. I think I'm okay with all. I don't know. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I've let everything go. They're like, no, you haven't. Been there, done that right now, right? So, as we go forward, as more and more of you spend more time in higher dimensional energy, you will be able to see the false people. I'll say false prophets, the false people who are they believe are guided properly. And Spirit says we don't want to get us and them. That's not what it's about. I know. Spirit says for us, right? For my guides and me, I know what's true. For me. And I tell you guys times because I believe it resonates with your soul. If it didn't resonate with your soul, you would be watching Coach for the Soul. There's no reason for you to watch it. You'd be like, no, Bill's full of shit. No, that's not what I believe. Okay, that's good. Because everybody has their own thing, right? So as we move forward, as more and more things are presented to you, because they will be, guaranteed. As your life gets easier, because it will be, okay? We will continually lose our third dimensional self as we get closer and closer to being in fifth dimension in 2025, 2026. Be ready for the express train, Spirit says. Be ready for the bullet train because it's going to happen. All right? Where all of a sudden, I've said this before, you're going to wake up one day and go, what the fuck happened? Because all of a sudden, you're feeling floaty, you got the clouds in your face, you're like, man, everything's kind of hazy because you're in 5D. Your body's trying to get ready for it. All right? So it's very, very important that when that happens, that you document it. That you document it. Okay? Because you're going to fall back into 4D, back into 3D, because we're still in a 3D world. And that's going to be the change that happens in the next 2 years. Okay? With Pluto in Aquarius for just 9 weeks, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, 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 oh my gosh. Okay? Some people are going to have a slow start. April does not do me well as a Capricorn. Aries energy does not work with me at all. And every April is tough. I look back at every April in my adulthood, I will say in the last 20 years, I will tell you every April has been a struggle. And it's Aries energy. And I understand that. I do very well with Taurus energy, which is next. I'm extremely abundant and I'm free and loving and wonderful and not frustrated. Everything is beautiful in the world. That's because I'm a Capricorn. So that's how that works. Okay? So, and I'm going to talk more about that with people also in the future. All right? So, astrology is going to be a huge portion of your future. All right? So, get your birth chart. If you don't have your birth chart, tell me. And I'll get you one. I just need your birthday, if you know what time you're born, AM or PM, and what time, and what city you were born in, and I will send it to you. Okay, because birth charts are going to be very, very important as we go into the future. Okay, very important. And we have a Mercury retrograde, I believe, on April 21st. So in Taurus, I believe. So that's going to be another one that is going to be backing us up about wanting to make sure that we're paying attention to what we're doing. Okay, so very, very, very important. Now, also with transformation, also with ascension, is this that I got today, and I got confirmation from something I was watching from Pam Gregory this morning, is don't worry, and we have said this before, and I love getting confirmation. I love getting confirmation on what I channel for you guys because it blows my mind that I can do it. It blows my mind that Bill Hobart can do this stuff and it just flows out of me like water. Blows my mind. Got confirmation on more than one thing. Just this week alone, from other sources, which is just awesome. Don't worry about your weight. Okay? Don't worry about the COVID weight. Don't worry about that. As we go through this process of transformation, and this is the point that I just love. She talked about that. Talked about you will eat different foods. You will change what you drink. The thing that you've always loved, you will not love anymore, meaning the food, the beverages that you drink. You'll pull more and more away from it. As you do that, your body's going to change. It needs to become less dense as we move into higher dimensional energy, 4 and 5D and higher. So stop worrying about your freaking weight. Man, woman, doesn't matter. Okay? Also, stop worrying about the way that you look because your physical look will shift as we go into higher dimensional energy. Fascinating. Fascinating to me. As I will just say that most of us, as we get older, we change in our shape, our features change. Mine have. In the past decade, I look more like my father than I ever have in my life. And I never thought I looked like my father. I've always looked like my mom. Well, guess what? Picture my mom, or picture my dad, picture Bill. Yeah, he's my dad, right? It's just, I don't have the lips that my dad has. I got the nose, I got the eyes, I got the brows, I got the hair, I got the forehead, everything. Yeah. So, as we go forward, more and more of our physical look will change. You will not look like aliens. Spirit wants to point that out. You will not look like aliens. You won't look like Arcturians or Palladians or anything like that. No one, not like the gray aliens, anything like that. You will keep your human stature, Spirit says. You will keep most of what you look like. But as we go forward, we don't need to have all of this, I guess. I don't know. But that fascinates me. But when I heard that, I went back to, okay, I can see how I've changed looking more like my dad. See? And it just blows my mind. Because like I said, I've never looked like my father in my life. But I truly do. Especially my nose and my mouth and things like that. So as we go forward, as you start to lighten your load, as you lessen with people, okay? When you start to cocoon, go, you know what? I don't want to be around them people. Those people, they're, again, never, ever, ever talk to people about who you become unless you know for a fact they're going to accept it. All right? Do not. Because it's just going to end up in an argument, Spirit says. Okay? And that's very third dimensional. Because they're in fear. They're in fear, and this is what mostly happens with friends, relatives too. They're in fear about losing you. You're not in fear about losing them. You will not be. There are some people that will go, well, Bill, what about this? What about that? What about this? Well, okay. If you want to keep in touch with them, awesome. If you want to do what you need to do to bring your vibration down, to be in their energy, that's fine. But eventually you won't. Eventually you will not do it. And as you metamorphose into more of a light starseed light being, because you will. I'm fascinated by that. I'm 63 years old. I can't imagine what I'm going to look like when I'm 70, right? And where I'm going to be and how I'm going to be and where I'm going to be floating to and all kinds of cool stuff. So I fantasize about that. I'm all excited inside. I'm just like, oh, when I just said that, my insides are like click, 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 click. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? I get excited about that stuff. It makes me excited, right? When you got the butterflies, yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go to Hawaii, and all of us have to daydream on that. We have to think, wow, what's going to happen? As long as we don't get fearful, all right? If you're fearful about anything, there's another meditation that I did today that I've had for probably a year. No, maybe 6-7 months. It's not by Steve Noble, it's by somebody else. Surprise, right? And this is a meditation that is about pulling your energy back. And it is so awesome. And I did it this morning, and it calmed my energy down. It took all of the frustration and anger out of my heart. From that's where I carry, is around my heart. Okay? Frustration just is frustration because things are shifting, and I don't know what the heck's going on. And all of you feel that. The more I talk to people, in readings and things like that, they're like, Bill, what the hell's going on? I don't get it. Why am I so angry? Why am I so forgetful? Why am I not getting any sleep? Why am I not? Because guess what? Your body's in transformation. Your spirituality is in transformation. Who you are is in transformation. Drink lots of water. As much spring water as you can. As much spring water as you can. Just drink it, drink it, drink it, because it's going to nourish you. It's also going to help you to transform your body because we come from the water. Okay? So I know, he wants you to be conscious of how you feel. He wants you to be conscious that you can't always fix it. There's not always an answer. You have to write it out. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't do Steve Noble's 11-minute daily meditation thing that I use maybe once or twice a week if I have to release stuff that is attached to me. I do that, but I know when to use it. What I don't want you guys to do, I don't want you guys to do it every day because that's third dimensional. You have to start feeling and knowing what to do when you feel that way. That's what has to happen. And you will all get it. Trust me, you will all get it eventually. Everyone's at different levels, right? Trust me. I sometimes don't get it until days into the WTFs or, again, what the F is going on. It's the way it is. I do not have I have direct connection to those beings, but they let me suffer like they have everybody else suffer, okay? Because I signed up for that stuff. I get it. It doesn't make it any easier. So when I have to do those, it is last resort, okay? Because I don't want to do it too often, right? And simply because those are clearing meditations, and your body has to have a chance to recover. Your body has to have a chance to catch up with what you just left. If it just took 15 pounds of energy off your body and out of your heart, right? Your body has to recalibrate itself. That's why all Steve's meditations, you have to give days between so your body can recover. If you don't, your body's constantly in recovery mode. And that's not a good thing. Not a good thing at all. All right? So feeling how you feel, asking where you're going. Please don't ask how long it's going to take because I've tried that. It doesn't work. Times. They're not going to tell you you're going to get frustrated. You're like, okay, what the hell is that about? How come I don't know? Because you're not supposed to know yet. Right? They have to have the things around you change. The blessing in that is that when things start to shift dramatically, because they will, you'll be like, I get this. I don't know how I get this, but I get this. I don't feel bad at all. I'm in a pretty good space. Bill, my life is wonderful. It just happened, came out of the blue. I don't know how. Them. You're already calibrated, Spirit says, for ascension. You're already programmed for ascension. You chose to come and do this here, now. And always remember, you signed that soul journey. You signed that soul journey your soul knows the day you're born, they're going to die, every chapter in between. The blessing is that soul journey we're getting rid of. And we've already signed a new one. So we signed 2 soul journeys before we came back to Earth this lifetime. One for 3D and one for not 3D. If it's 40, 5D, 60 and higher, who knows? Yeah. So understand this won't last forever. So if you're feeling great one day and crabby the next, it's okay. And I'm going to do a breathing video too, right? Because you guys need to know how to breathe. When you're in that place of WTF, you need to know how to take 5 minutes and sit in a chair, put your feet on the ground and breathe. And people are like, well, what do you mean breathe? I'm going to do a video on that. I'm also going to do a video on I'm going to do one of Steve's meditations, and I'm going to show you what Spirit guides me to do with my hands to enhance the meditation. I'm going to do that also probably next week. That's the plan anyway. We'll see if they can get me to make time. All right. But those are two things that everybody needs to know how to do. Because when you're guided to move your hands for the meditation and things like that, they want you to move your hands and things like that. They want you to cry. You got to cry. Don't keep it inside, right? Don't. They're trying to clear the energy and and make you more fluid, make you lighter, make you easier to move forward, to bring you into higher dimensional energy. So your vibration is everything. And my vibration for the past couple of weeks has been really low. Really low. But again, I understand that I am going through transformation. Is it easy? No. It sucks. I don't like it. But you know what? They don't care. 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 Okay? So as I do those and as we start to go forward even faster and as we look into May and June, all right, that you're going to see things and understand things that you never thought you'd ever see, and others will not understand what's going on. There's going to be a little bit of chaos, all right? There's going to be a little bit of stuff going on, all right? Understand that you're not going to be injured in any way. You're going to see the dark forces come out, all right? That's okay. That's okay. Always understand that you are protected by the universe, that you're protected by God, all your guardian angels, your spirit guides. You're surrounded by white light. It's all good. It's all good. You never have to worry about stuff. All you have to do is take care of yourself. Eat the right food, right? Lots of leafy stuff. Cut back on your meat. Drink lots of water. Eat sweet potatoes and any kind of rice, whatever, right? It doesn't, again, you'll get away from eating the things that you normally eat because your body will reject it. All right. And what I don't want anybody to do is to freak out. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Nothing. They're preparing you for higher dimensional energy. Because we don't have to be this dense. Not here dense, but here dense in body. In body. It's very, 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 very important. Okay? Okay. So conspiracy theories, let that go. Diet, we let that go too. Okay. See what else. Okay. Okay. As it gets warmer outside, again, in Michigan, in the Midwest, wherever you're at, get a chair, put your bare feet on the ground, and sit for 45 minutes. Why do I say that? Because Spirit has given me, again, I got this last week in a dream. I got confirmation today. I love it, right? You will get activated from putting your bare feet on the ground, not for grounding, but for vibration. It can activate DNA inside your body, getting you ready for the future. And also, all of the ways that it changes our blood, the way that it's fascinating. It changes changes our bloodstream. It changes our vibration. It changes how we feel. It changes how our internal organs move, meaning how they work. But But I got that last week, and I'm like, well, that's kind of weird because I wear shoes all the time. I don't like to be barefooted unless I'm on the beach. If I'm on the beach, that's fine. But anytime else, I don't like my feet to be on the ground. I just don't like the feeling of it. And it is now. Guess what? Next week when it's 70 degrees outside, I'm gonna have myself in a chair out in front of my house, my freaking feet on the ground. James, okay? Because I get it. I get it here. I don't get it here. My head is like, the hell? Come on, give me a break. Really? That's really going to make a difference? It's supposed to make a difference. So I will test it out. I will go in, keeping my ego in check, because ego's going to run rapid with that, right? So as we go into summertime, spring and summer, okay, make sure at least once a week that you get yourself your feet on the ground. Yes. So Sherry, you'll have to go to Central Park in New York City. So anytime that you can do that, or ever practice that you want to do, Sherry, because you're great at being you, that's what that's all about. All right. But all of us here, and even like Allison and stuff in Louisiana, put your feet on the ground. But Allison puts her feet in rainwater, which I think is freaking lovely. Just freaking lovely. I think it's fantastic. So the more we get our feet on the ground in spring and summer, the more activations happen for us, the more clearing happens for us, the more we're connected with the earth, the new earth, all right? And understanding the vibration is shifting, which gets me all excited inside. I don't know why, but it makes me all giddy. Like, oh my God, I cannot wait to do that. So that's just one more tip in getting us ready for the fall. We are going to fly, you guys. We are going to fly into fourth and fifth dimension this summer like never before. All right? With all the chaos around us, keep focused on exactly what you know, and exactly what you know, and you know where you're going. Now, the reason that Spirit was talking about the bullet train and about flying, we're going to feel like we're flying, is because as we move forward, transportation will change. All right? Until 2030, 2035. And then by that time, most of us will be able to teleport ourselves any place in the world anyway. So for the ones that choose not to do that, they'll need some way to get around. All right? But transportation is going to change. Spirit has shown me flying cars, not only flying cars, but bullet trains. All right? Supersonic jets that can take us 2 hours to get to Europe. It would take us, I think somebody figured out, it would take us 4.5 to 5 hours to get from here to Maui instead of 12. And so those are things that technology is coming online. Technology is being discovered. That is Pluto in Aquarius. All right? Medical discoveries will come leaps and bounds from where we're at today. All right? That's why I don't believe, neither do they, the guy talking about the conspiracy theories about bird flu, and it's going to be infecting humans, and blah, 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 blah. No, it may infect the 3 Ds. Remember? That might be what the next die-off is. We don't know. But for the masses, for people like us, no. No. All right? Because that's not our destiny. Our destiny is not to pass away. It is not to pass away, okay? Especially from that, not at all. We're all on the bullet train to fifth dimension and higher. And the knowing and the understanding, which blows my mind. Blows my mind. I mean, the stuff that I know now that I didn't know a couple years ago, really? I mean, when it comes out of my mouth, I'm like, I say the F word because I love the F word. It encompasses everything that I want to say to somebody. And it's just the perfect word. I'm like, wow, where did that come from? That is amazing. And the more that I see on YouTube and the more that I see on Facebook Watch and the more that they bring me with stuff, right, even there on those 2 platforms, it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind. As them chimes keep ringing, it boggles my mind. Because of the energy that's in my house, the energy that I produce, the energy that I produce, that the plants absorb and use for their own benefit. Right? That is what it's all about in the future. Is allowing yourself, not getting there, allowing yourself to feel, allowing yourself to understand that there is peace in that place. Peace in that place. It is lovely. It's kind of like heaven from what people would, Lee said this last night. He says, well, or maybe it was on YouTube, I'm not sure. I think it was him. Again, I can't remember anything at all. I couldn't even spell listen today, right? Because my head is just in the clouds. It's in 5D. But it was him or somebody on a YouTube said something about what 5D is like. And they said, well, it will be considered what we've been taught about heaven. Well, I haven't taught anything about heaven because I've never been taught about that. So I asked them, I said, so what does that mean? He says, easygoing, loving, wonder, being able to do things you've never done before. Ooh, yes. Bliss, it's a pleasure because all of our struggles are done. That is the thing that drives me. All of the struggles are done. And I have had struggles my entire lifetime, even today, entire lifetime. And I keep asking, I don't get it. When are those going to end? I don't understand. I don't get it. We all have them, right? We all have them. And they continue. The struggles continue. And we don't know why. Because we're trying to figure it out instead of just going, okay, I can't do anything about them. I'm just going to let it happen and be good. But it's very, very hard. So you do everything that you possibly can to get outside, talk to the trees, talk to the earth, talk to the birds, talk to the air, whatever. Again, letting that stuff out and breathing it in the air and feeling all the birds, listen to all the birds chirping because it's spring, and look at the flowers that are popping up out of the ground. My daffodils are up, which is fabulous, right? Yeah, it is. Those are the little things that make us feel that it's going to be okay. Very important. Very important that we do the things we need to do to get ourselves as balanced as we possibly can. Because once we get to that point of absolutely everything shifting. I mean, everything. What I've known my entire life is going to be gone. I'm 63. Okay? People who are younger have less to get rid of, even from past lives. Some don't. Some that are younger are Capricorns. They got all kinds of stuff. If they're born before the year 2000, they still got all this stuff from past lives that they have to shed. The blessing is people that are going into their activation now have an easier time of shedding their stuff, shedding their experiences from past lives, their deaths, their traumas, because everybody's in trauma. Everybody's trauma is coming up at the moment, right? It's coming up. That's Pluto. That's Pluto in Aquarius, because Pluto needs us to deconstruct ourselves. It needs for us to let stuff go. How do you let stuff go? It's very, very hard. There's always going to be residue inside your heart that's going to remind you that ego's attached to remind you of, yeah, but you react differently. You totally react differently. So as we go forward, as you become more abundant and you have less worry, others around you are going to know why. How did you get that? How did you manifest that? How did you manifest the money? How did you manifest that job? How did you get that job? How did you get that money? How did it just blah, 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 blah. Because I will guarantee you, if I question everybody here live and everybody here on YouTube when they watch the program, right? Give me 3 things that have happened to you in the last 6 months that's positive. You could name off more than 3. You could name off more than 3. Because we take them and we move on. We take them and we move on. But the other stuff that we get, the energy that we get, triggers us. And what do we do with it? Because we're third dimensional beings. That's where we came from, right? James, God, what's wrong? I don't understand. And we don't think about all the things that we received, that we asked for, that we didn't ask for. Good things, right? They know how to make you suffer. They do. And what is so amazing is that then they turn it off like that. Like, okay, what happened? They flip the switch. Okay, we're done. You're done with that part. How do you? So how do you feel, Bill? Great now. But why did I just go through 3 weeks of absolute craziness? Right? Feeling like you didn't achieve, feeling like you didn't get, feeling like you don't know why. You don't know why, because that's what it all is about. Why am I like this? Why didn't I get that? Why didn't I get that? Why am I this age and not have that, or not have that? All knowing for myself that it's in the future, for all of us. But it's so hard for us to wrap ourselves around it because we've never been there before. James. And the blessing is, and I will tell you the blessing and the curse, I should say, when we get there and we have it, others are going to want it too. And then what do you do? If you win, let's say $50 million in the lottery, what do? You get $25,000 after taxes and you're half, blah, 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 blah. You got $25,000 and you're 35 years old. Well, you got another 100, you may have another 100 years. Maybe 80 years, okay? Because our lives are going to be extended because our bodies are easily functional, Spirit says. Do I give you money or do I not? Right? Do I give you a little bit or do I give you a lot? That's when the real work begins. It's about how worthy are you of that $25 million? Do you deserve it? Yes. Yes. Right? And the fear that comes with that, right? The fear that comes to anything good. I don't deserve, oh my gosh, but I don't think I really deserve all this good stuff. Why? Because you've been taught not to be selfish. Be selfish. Be selfish. Because being selfish brings you more. It does. And that in 3D, let's say that it didn't. It really did. But we don't have to share anymore. Everybody's an individual. And everybody's on their own track. Everybody will be abundant and get everything that they want as they start their process. And more people in the next 9 weeks are going to be activated to get into their spiritual self, because Pluto is in Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, right? Than ever in our lifetime. So be prepared for people to go, okay, what the hell's going on? I can't sleep. What the hell's going on? I'm having all these dreams about my past. Why am I having all these dreams about what I did when I was 9? Why am I having all these dreams of when I worked at the shoe store? And you can tell them, guess why? You're going through this thing called transformation. I've been through it too. I'm going through the exact same thing. Only it started happening for me a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That's why when Spirit has said in the past that as you go through your transformation, you're all going to be teachers. That's what it is. Because you're going to tell your story. And whoever you're speaking to is going to tell, oh my gosh, that person needs it and that person needs it. And they'll need to come and talk to you. You'll be like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know. Yeah, they need to talk to you because my sister, my brother, they know. They went through the same thing 3 years ago. Oh, you're kidding. Well, how do you deal with it? Because everyone's going to be looking for answers. Right? And that is when you get to be the coach. You get to be the one who goes through it and understands. And as you do that, you're activated more and more and more. I've talked to more people in the last month who have said, Bill, stuff just comes out of my mouth. I'm talking to somebody and it just comes out of my mouth. Because you're channeling. I can't be channeling. I can't hear my guides. Oh, yes, you don't need to hear them for them to channel through you. You need to be at a certain vibration. And that's what they do. When that person is in front of you and needs the information that you don't think you know, you already know. You already know. Inside. This 3D brain may not understand it, but you're easily tricked into connecting with your guides because they'll do it automatically. And it's coming out of your mouth and going, where the hell did that come from? And the person goes, oh my God, I get that. I so understand. You go, yeah, you won't. And then we have something to follow it up with, and follow it up with, and follow it up with. Because it's going to happen. It's already happening to people. And I'm so happy with that because when I say to them, see, well, Bill, I didn't know I was doing it. That's the point, because you're unconsciously doing it, which means ego's not involved. You're just talking about something and they're sliding in what that person needs to hear, what that person needs to know. Okay? Because it's only going to get better. So you're only going to get more knowing. You're only going to get more in touch with who you are as you're activated, right? As your chakras are balanced, as your energy is balanced, as they're all fine-tuned, your chakras are all fine-tuned and working so efficiently, and your energy is so great that you keep moving forward and outside forces do not bother you. They do not bother you. So lots of transformation in the next 3 months. Lots of transformation, like we've never seen before. So be prepared for more and more people to be searching you out without them knowing they're searching you out. They will put them in front of you, right place, right time. But the one thing they don't want to do is, they will send the other ones too. You have to know who you should speak to and who you should not speak to. Chimes. And you'll be able to differentiate that. You'll be able to just feel. Just feel. I get many, many people who will say, well, Bill, I can't tell. Yes, you can, but your brain's trying to figure it out. Instead of you sitting on the freaking couch or sitting in a chair and going, okay, Spirit, I don't get this. I need you to help me. How do I tell which is the good and which is the bad one? If you can't do that, then your source field is blocking you. You got to take that down. You got to take the source field down. It's protecting you from going and looking, okay, yeah, that person's energy I don't like. I don't like that one's either. But these over here seem pretty good. Don't talk to them. Because they're going to try to get you to change your mind. They're going to try to, again, they're full of, not all of them, but there's dark forces involved. All right? And Spirit says, we're just trying to save you the time of frustration of not being locked in to proving your point, which is truly third dimension. It's truly 3D. Okay? Is fight to the death, fight to the end. No, that does not serve anybody at all. Okay? And you'll walk away pissed off. Why did I do that? Exactly. But you'll do it more often than you think you will. Because they'll draw you in and they'll let you get drawn in. So that you go, oh my God, how did I do? I wasn't conscious. Because 3D will kick in with ego, right? Just like fight or flight. Just like fight or flight. Right? How many times have you been led into a conversation and it ended up being heated? And you walk away and go, oh my God, how did I let that happen? Because you weren't conscious. You were in emotion, Spirit says. Your emotions that are not balanced came out to defend your point of view. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Now, if you're going to call somebody out because their energy is not good, that's okay. If you can. I did that getting some blood drawn Monday. Right? The woman that took my blood, the energy that she had was insistent and dominant and not loving or caring or anything. She was absolutely just strict. I was like, man, oh man, you're taking people's blood, which is their lifeline. You're taking their blood. And I said to her when I left, I said, well, I hope you understand that your energy is really, really bad. I said, and when people coming in here needing their blood drawn, you need to be more loving and caring. Your tone of voice is absolutely not acceptable. It's very authoritative. And she kind of blew it off. Okay. But I needed to tell her that, right? Not for me, but for the others that came after me. And she was also training somebody. This meek little girl, she looked like she was about 22 years old. And and the woman was probably 45, 50. But she was that hardcore, okay, bad day, that's fine. But you got to be conscious of how you're making others feel. Because it comes back to you. Then you get a guy like me, and I'm going to tell her, no, I don't appreciate that. Not with what you're doing, not with what you're doing with people. You're pulling their lifeline out of their arm. If I made her day or made her angry, okay, but maybe she'll take a look at that. It's okay to do that in a way that is not mean, that is not angry, that is not dismissive, right? Because you're going to do more of that. Trust me, you're going to do more of that. You're going to be guided to do more of that, okay? With a calm, loving tone in your voice. And people look at you and go, who the hell are you? You've never been like that. You've been telling people off for 40 years. Yeah, pretty much. Where's that at? No, that's not for her. That's for him, right? That's the way it chimes. The way it is. The way it definitely is. Okay? Okay. That was a quick hour. So tonight I'm doing a mediumship event in Livonia. I'm kind of happy about that. Kind of cool at the Rocky World store in Laurel Park in Livonia. From 7 to 8:30, I think it is, something like that. Pretty cool. Doing readings Saturday. All right. I got some available appointments there. The pop-up Zoom is live now. There's only 8 places available. It is Sunday, the 16th of April at 2 o'clock. It's a Sunday afternoon at 2. There's 8 spaces available, $40 a piece for mediumship and for spiritual conversation. All right. Everybody's going to be talked to from, right? At the end, I believe we'll be able to ask questions and things like that. It's going to be pretty amazing. So it's on my Bill Hobart Clairvoyant Medium Psychic page at the moment. All right. And it'll be on my Bill Clairvoyant page by tomorrow. All right. So Bill Hobart Clairvoyant Medium Psychic is my Facebook page. That is my business page. I very seldom promote it. I'm mostly on Bill Clairvoyant, but that will be where you would find it today. We're going to get it on the other page too. All right. But 8 spaces, $40, 16th of April, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah. And also element packages, guys, on billhobart.com. There's also a link on billhobart.com to the event on April 16th. All right. So if you don't want to go to the page, go to billhobart.com. It says right at the top on the banner, Zoom pop-up. All right. So 8 spaces, but element packages still. If you want coaching, if you want somebody who you can contact with questions, with comments, with WTFs, right? It's a great way to help you ascend. It's an amazing way to help you ascend because I did the same thing there as I do here, right? Connection, conversation. Some are hour conversations, some are hour and a half conversations, some are 15 minutes, some are 20 minutes. Not 50 minutes, half hours, 45 minutes. But it's all at billhobart.com under element memberships. All right. So yeah, so everybody's okay. I will see everybody next Thursday at 3 for Coaching for the Soul. See you guys.